Hi, my name is Anne, and I'm going to talk to you today about making small changes in your life that will make big changes in the environment. I'd like to start out with a quote from Aldo Leopold, who was a brilliant environmentalist, ecologist, forester, professor, and author. In his book, A Sand County Almanac, that was published in 1949, he stated, "We abuse land because we regard it as a commodity belonging to us. When we see the land as a community to which we belong to, we may begin to use it with love and respect." Unfortunately, Aldo was ahead of his time. Many people today are now thinking twice about their toll that their lifestyle makes on the environment and their pocketbook. For a long time, people have thought that going green was expensive, but research today has proven that very small changes can change and save money and help the environment. Not only is it simple to live sustainably, but green products also are more likely to have a longer lifespan than non-green material. So, more and more people are concerned with life cycle assessment, LCAs of products. This is known as the cradle to grave effect. LCAs allow consumers to know more information about the products they are purchasing, including where their products came from, how it was extracted, where it was purchased from, how long it will last, the effects that it takes on the environment, once it's produced, once it's used, and once it's discarded. The cost to maintain these while it's in working condition are just to name a few. And this is a sample of the life cycle assessment. In 2011, a national poll composed by Ipsos found that approximately 87% of Americans do recycle, but do it only half or so daily. With that information gathered from the study, the researchers concluded that large demographics of researchers are college graduates at 59%, adults aged 55 or older at 57%, residents of the Northeast at 58%, and of the West at 56%. Within the same survey, the researchers found that Americans understood the benefit of recycling, but were uncertain of what they could recycle. Another research team based out of the Michigan State University reported that they are discovering that people want to use less but forget or put it aside by the rush of the day. They don't know how, or the industrialized countries' society systems aren't set up to make it easy. Or we just delude ourselves that we're not going to make a difference. So what are others doing? According to an article by Marissa Popson, in the United States alone, we are using more than 5 million disposable plastic straws every day. Bottled water products produce 1.5 million tons of plastic waste a year. About 1 million tons of plastic PET bottled waters are produced in the United States each year, requiring enough energy to be equivalent to 50 million barrels of oil. 76.5% of these bottles wind up in the landfill. The United States Environmental Protection Agency compiled another list of scary facts. 900 million trees are cut down annually to provide raw materials for pulp and paper. 314 million metric tons of carbon dioxide are emitted each year by cars and trucks. 60 million plastic bottles are thrown into landfills every single day. And 25 billion styrofoam coffee cups are thrown away each year. To put our discarded material into perspective, one recycled glass bottle could power a compact fluorescent light bulb for 20 hours. One recycled plastic bottle could save enough energy to produce to power a 60-watt light bulb for 6 hours. And in 2011, Americans recycled 61 million aluminum cans, which is the energy equivalent of saving 17 million barrels of crude oil. For every 2,000 pounds of paper recycled, we save 17 trees, 380 gallons of oil, 400 kilowatts of energy, and around 7,000 gallons of water. These 17 trees that we save can then absorb 250 pounds of carbon dioxide within our atmosphere each year. With the data gathered from the Ipsos poll and the Michigan State University team, we have convinced ourselves that as individuals, we cannot possibly be green enough to make a difference. But with 7 billion individuals, if we lead the way, our friends will follow. Although going green is a mindful lifestyle, sustainability can become part of everyday life with minimal changes. Some examples: when you wake up in the morning, you walk into the bathroom, use a toilet, shower, and sink. If you notice you have a running toilet or a leaky faucet, you should fix that immediately. Your running toilet could waste 200 gallons or more per day if it's not fixed. Yearly, a leaky faucet could waste 3,000 gallons or more, and a leaky shower head could waste 500 gallons or more. These are easy fixes. You can also buy water-efficient appliances, such as low-flow shower heads and faucet aerators, which will significantly reduce the amount of water used. Next, you can consider saving energy by what you eat. Throughout the day, you snack on foods, and you may not realize it, but it affects the environment.
You sound bad. Sorry. Oh, you got boomers.
That's both.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
When you go shopping, take recyclable totes. Choose places like local co-ops or farmers markets. By shopping locally, you are not only supporting your local farmers, but you're drastically reducing your food miles. If you can't go to the farmers market, look into a community-supported agriculture, which is a CSA, or start your own garden. Also, by making small changes like choosing shade-grown versions of your coffee will make a large difference. Rainforests aren't destroyed with productions of shade-grown coffee because the beans are dropped under a canopy and grown without destruction of forest. Also choose products with minimal packaging or packaging that is recyclable. And choose meats with lower impacts. Lamb and beef are the highest impact meat that we can choose. So if we choose things like fish and chicken, or veggies, or do things like meatless Mondays, you will save. And here's another picture of highest to lowest meats, food products.
Is that probably?
You can also clean your job up by doing things like printing on both sides of the paper, carpooling, bringing your own utensils or mugs to work instead of using disposable ones. You can add plants, which will help the air. And before you leave work, turn off all your equipment that will not be used overnight, such as computers, printers, lamps, fans, and air conditioners. Things to do when you get home would be to opt out of junk mail. According to the New York University School of Law, 5.6 million tons of catalogs and other direct mail advertisements end up in the U.S. landfill annually, and 44% of the junk mail is thrown away without even being opened. Junk mail destroys 100 million trees each year, equivalent to deforesting all of the Rocky Mountain National Parks every 4 months. In order to stop receiving junk mail, you can do things like register online at catalogchoice.org or optoutscreen.com or dmachoice.org, and they will put you on a no junk list. And let's say your house needs a little work, nothing major, you just want to be become a little more sustainable. You can start out by changing light bulbs to LED or CFL light bulbs. You can also, these last about 10 times longer and initially cost a little bit more, but they reduce your electric bill by quite a bit, I guess. Next, weatherproof your windows and your doors. Prevent your home from leaking air and allowing drafts in. While you're working on the doors and windows, add heavier shades or drapes, and maybe a draft stopper to the bottom of your door. Once you're done with your windows, you can patch any existing small holes or electrical outlets that may be drafting. Another way to save money is to set your thermostat. The U.S. Department of Energy recommends turning your thermostat back 10 to 15 degrees for 8 hours. By programming this, you can save 5 to 15% a year on your heating bill alone. Another easy saver would be to turn off appliances and electronics when you're not using them. And a simple fix for this would be to use power strips. By plugging all your devices into power strips, you're able to turn off all the appliances with one little click. And here's some other ways to do it. Other larger upgrades include redoing your insulation, adding radiant barriers, replacing larger appliances with Energy Star or energy efficient appliances, or even by installing solar panels. But those are more of an investment than a small repair. And making minor changes in your home, office, transportation, and meals, you can save money and the environment through choosing to buy non-disposable, recyclable, local, energy-efficient, organic products. You are, in essence, voting for what you spend your money on. The more you educate yourself and the people around you, the greater change we can make. Leading to a sustainable life is a choice that will make a world of difference. So be part of the environmentally conscious movement. That's it. Thank you.
Yay! Good job!
6 minutes, but okay, now y'all can eat y'all's candy.